part of the reason you might be struggling to find success is you are trying to do everything. I don't care if you're a real estate agent trying to learn the business. I don't care if you're a consumer trying to find an investment property or find the house of your dreams, or if you're an entrepreneur just trying to scale a business. I bet you at some point in time in your life, you've realized that you're spreading yourself a little bit too thin and you're trying to get recalibrated. I think I was actually the worst culprit for this. And it actually goes back to when I was a kid. I tried every single sport. I played rugby, I played hockey, I played soccer, I tried out taekwondo, I played football for 25 seconds. I was a gamer. I liked fishing, I played Meccano, I did Lego, I did puzzles, I did all of the different things. And I actually credit my parents to letting me and encouraging me to try different things. And they did push me to stick at certain ones that they saw I had potential in or some enjoyment in. And they allowed me to back off other ones where there just wasn't an innate passion. Now, fast forward to when I got into the real estate business. Early on, I had a lot of time, zero skills, zero money. So I did everything and anything to try and affect some locus of success. I did residential, I did commercial, I did investment properties, and I did them in different markets and areas to really ascertain where my passions lie. Now, as I found success, I constantly kept refining the asset class in the areas that I did want to work in and I did want to cover. And I decided to partner with people in areas and asset classes that I had a knowledge base in and definitely had some skill and a track record that I didn't want to let go. I acknowledged that I wanted to bring on partners that really had a passion for digging into those specific asset classes and areas and do the work so that I could focus on the high-level strategy, the high-level marketing, and getting deals done, which is where my passion truly lies. As you can see, I'm driving around cottage country right now. This is a massive trip I do every single year that helps me get closer and closer as to what my focus is going to be. We take a little bit of time away to strip down all the different types of deals that we're doing, what our current vision and organizational structure look like, and recalibrate for 2026. And keep in mind, we are still summertime of 2025. We don't actually do our full-blown business planning until the fall, but this trip to me is one of the most important that we take every single year, because you can only do so many things yourself. And if you spread yourself too thin, this is one of my favorite trips to do every single year because it allows me to refocus on what we're trying to create. Set a heavy day 1 year target and then set a 90-day sprint target. And then also it tracks to my daily habits where I sit down and look at all the things that I'm doing on a daily basis. Are they taking me closer or further away from that goal? I look at the relationships and partnerships that I have and I ask myself those same questions. Then I also look for alignment with my partners. And I'm just talking my clients, I'm talking my agents in terms of what their goals are and how the system we're building can help them get closer to their goals while in tandem bringing them closer to ours. So it's not just a selfish, it's all about us. It really is about the holistic ecosystem that you're creating and making sure you're in alignment. And then I think higher level, Sell It, the Sirhan program, the McGilvery Group, a lot of my BAM friends and creators that are at different brokerages all over the States. I think about the goals that they have in their lives and how they all intersect and how ultimately what you focus on expands. So the question that I would have for you is, do you have a clear target of where you're going, what you actually love to do, and take a look at all the different things you are doing and start looking at, do those actions take you closer to that major goal, or are they taking you farther away, or are you just spinning your wheels? Because if you're doing something and it's not helping you, then why are you doing that thing? Unless it brings you joy, at which case maybe you make it part of the bigger vision and the bigger goal. And I'll leave you with this. I spent years training jiu-jitsu, and there's something that I would learn every time I go into class, and there would be white belts and blue belts and purple belts and brown belts and black belts, all of them at very different stages of their life and obviously different skill sets. But the ones that found success trained minimum 2 hours a week, and the ones that trained much more than that got a lot higher return on their time invested. And that translates to all things, right? Everything is martial art. I don't care if you're talking about relationships, business, new skills you're trying to develop. The time you're investing to that skill set is going to determine the return that you get. If you're a real estate agent watching this and you know you should be prospecting, but you're not prospecting, well, you're not going to get any better at prospect. No different than if you were going to jiu-jitsu and you didn't go to the gym, you were not going to get better at jiu-jitsu. I think people put way too much pressure on themselves and they don't keep things simple. The good news is every black belt is a white belt that just never gave up. So take that same mentality, apply it to your goals and whatever you're trying to get good at, and get focused. I'd love to know what you're focused on right now so I can help you with my ecosystem and my network. Jump in the comments. Let me know.